talk about really quickly was the rushes from Kavana. I actually have a clip of one of the rushes, one of the most well-coordinated rushes I've actually ever seen on the EUL in Coastline specifically, and you don't usually ever see it on an aqua push. They're droning it out, they know what they need to do, they time the EE1D, the Gone 6 onto the Banshee, and the rush perfectly in onto site. This was just brilliant. I just could not believe kind of the velocity that they were going in on this first round of their attack. They really brought it to BDS, and by the time they were in, I think there had been like 32 seconds on the round, and it was just almost done at that point. And Narkic's able to get the plant down. I don't think in the end there was, of course, an overwhelming win. I wouldn't say it was a domination by any means because of the kills, but I will say that that was quite a good round. We don't have to necessarily play it all the way through. I just want to show the coordination at the beginning there to get that Gone 6 on the Banshee, to pop the E1D in perfect timing, and to take out that pink cocktail bar player so they could get in and get that plant.
And almost always the best time to rush is the first round or the last round of the attacks, when the opponent is pretty much least expecting it.
They expected it,
They expected it, but they still didn't deal with it. Not at that kind of pace as well. And,
no way.
And even Rafal, a player that many would look at and go, arguably the weakest player on BDS now.
Not a chance, not a chance.
Look at the stats. Consistently ranked second and third in the team, just always behind the player that's popping off in the stage. And speaking of popping off, Benja with a 2K in Hall of Fame, one trying to push in, challenging off towards the window as well. This is the kind of early disruption I was talking about, and what person better to do it than Benja himself?
If Benja manages to get himself to a corner station at some point and juice back up, which after he's got a third, he's not even going to go near one, Des, because he's got the diffuser down. He's waiting for the next challenge. That's 4. He's absolutely unstoppable right now on a complete tear in round 2, and he's torn BDS apart.
I so badly wanted to do this. He's only called Benja in game, but Benja Master was his full name for the longest time, and he's about to demonstrate mastery over BDS if he can find the last vertical control as well. The prior round, we were on the downstairs defense, he was upstairs. Now that we're on the so Benja almost losing his life, but now the sights are on the upstairs, he's playing on the down. So what is the challenge that's going to come in for the side of Kavana here? Can they force Shaiko to move? Benja now being taken out, shot again from the same spot.
They absolutely cannot force him to move as he finds one after the other, and that's going to be a double for Shaiko to start the round off. The man stepping up exactly when his team needs him, and that's that talismanic position that we see him in so often. Finding himself a double, he takes half his health bar of damage, but it doesn't matter, Des, because he still finds an unreal headshot onto Gorgona, and that was spectacular. And Arkic able to finally shut him down.
Double down, the time has passed. They can't quite get the full revenge, and Scyther's got himself back up to a top bit of health. The width on the balcony here by Joystick as he's waiting for the crossfire to come through, takes the fight to the man on the opposite side and drops them. That's going to instantly get called, but now suddenly Pasha is in a very tricky situation. Does he go for the fight with the Doc? Does he keep crawling and creeping his way forward? Joystick hasn't overextended. There it is, though.
Beautiful timing.
Just Rask alone, and it's Joystick that locks it off. Empire find themselves the full win, shut down the run of Virtus Pro, and now with those updated rankings, second is where Empire currently sits.
They're indeed going over to that second place for someone to peek in, and as a drone will be trying to get the spot out, it's going to be a smoke canister to be deployed, but it will most likely be followed up with a perfectly cooked grenade. Maybe even more than that. You see them slow walking around the corner, the flashbangs are coming in, they're going in with the skeleton key, beautiful shot! How do you deal with a shotgun, Emmy? You just bring one of your own.
Bring your own, and now they've got close for the second fight with a shotgun. Rise locks it off, but with the other utility that gun brings, hard bullets.
So you got to be careful. The man on the end of it is currently on drones, but Kendrew's managed to sneak his way back in here, but well aware, AceeZ steps in with a pre-fire and shuts him down, whilst at exactly the same time, Pikebull manages to find a headshot onto Leon, so that's going to be some of those nano boosts gone along with him, and it leaves us in a 4 versus 4 just after the halfway mark. But importantly, Rogue are in control of VIP, and what a headshot from AceeZ onto Pikebull, absolutely deleting him out of this round, and he's just walking through him, Des, like a hot knife through butter.
Him from pool entrance.
AceeZ manages to find himself another on the round. It's going to be a nitro onto Pikebull, and AceeZ starting to run rampant inside of this one. Gomphy manages to shut Leon down with a headshot, leaving us now 4 versus 3, 4 versus 1 though, as AceeZ goes for a long run out, finds Keenan and Gomfe and leaves us now with it all to do for Kendrew. Manages to get his man who's being pinged out because he's still stood outside. I'm not sure I've ever seen anybody stay outside for as long as that is, as he gets taken out as that entry death this time. That's going to leave us 5 versus 4 for Team Secret. Now getting themselves inside of the map, being able to use these vertical angles. They want to get themselves into VIP, use that book skeleton key, use the sledgehammer. They just really want to rip up this entire floor here and make the defenders very, very uncomfortable inside of sight.
So far not looking too bothered by it though, mind you. A lot of them have just pulled back, and oh my god, you've got the Iana still looking down inside of Fitch, and they're pushing into it. What is this? Yeah, you're coming in for the swing. There's 2. 1 from the white stairs from Prano, 1 coming in from 90. It's been an absolute shutout. Sleben finding 2 in the round, but unfortunately, the 3 versus 2 makes this look all the more unlikely. Sleben pulls one out now to toss it in, so they can make a little bit of space with them. And he comes on the push forward, I think, trying to remove away one of the bulletproofs that maybe was stacked upon the wall. Kendrew does find one. Not bad, but they've got to find the next. Looks at the one inside of blue as it bounces around the corner. What a shot coming out of Sleben! A 3k in the round. Prano left entirely alone. Pokeballs are coming out. Don't think that'll quite kill the man, but does put him low. You'll have Sleben playing on the door, coming up nice and close. Loses the one out there, but the plan's going to hit 0, or the time will hit 0, sorry. It goes down. Kenny can't win that fight.
Hello, 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 Dan. Zdravstvuyte. How are you doing tonight? Congratulations on your victory. How are you feeling, man? 3 points? This is going to push you way up in the standings.
I'm feeling great, of course, because it was a very important match for us, and I'm kind of happy that everyone from my team did their best to make it the win for us.
Let's talk about the map in general. It was Villa, Cafe that were set in the end, and we were thinking, okay, is this really going to be, you know, Empire's comfy space going to Cafe Dostoevsky? Was this something you pre-planned to go to?
We were just thinking on what maps we will play against them, and we kind of knew that we are going to play like Cafe, Villa, maybe Bank, because VP almost never play Clubhouse and Coastline, and that was really bad for us because it's kind of our main maps in our roster. That's why we were preparing just Cafe, Villa, and Bank for these games, and it went well.
If only you could go to Consulate, eh? Times were different. Well, talk to me about that Twitch ban. VP banned it, and it's kind of an oddity. What did you think when you first started that op? Is it something that you think is directly against your lineup, or is it a general thing just from your point of view?
I was really sad then they banned Twitch because I play Twitch on Cafe, and I really like her gun. And when they banned Twitch, I knew that I'm going to play Flores. And it was kind of hard for me because I don't like Flores gun at all.
Really? AR-33 angle grip? Are you serious? Like one of the best in the game? What are you talking about?
It feels like G36, like low damage, but high fire rate. And still, I don't know, I just don't feel comfortable playing this gun.
Fair enough, fair enough. Otherwise, Flores